Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 79 of the Super Sam Sports Encore YouTube channel podcast. This is going to be episode 79, a watch party of the Houston Cougars versus the Arizona State Wildcat versus the Arizona State Sun Devils, plus also the BYU Cougars versus the Kansas Jayhawks. I am really excited to get this one going. Hopefully YouTube is working and we actually got alive. Alright, looks like it's working. Hold on. Yay, it's working. Alright. But yeah, this is gonna be a watch party for Kansas versus BYU plus Houston versus Arizona State. I'm really excited. Hope y'all are excited. And yeah. Let me real quickly get my remote real quick. I'll be right back. I also need to see what channel they're on. Alright, let me check to see what channel they're on. Houston is on ESPN2, Kansas is on ESPN. The YouTube TV ESPN. Alright. Alright, so it looks like. Hold on. Alright, so it looks like tip off between Houston. Looks like tip off between Houston and Arizona State will now be at 8:10 p.m. Central Time. Right now, the game that's playing is Florida against Oklahoma. There's approximately 2 minutes and 47 seconds to go in that game. So after that game, they'll switch over to the Houston Arizona State game. And then as for the Kansas game, the Kansas BYU game, I think right now golf or something is on, but I think they're gonna switch over here in just a few. Hmm. All right. Well, anyways, while good lord, good night. While all that's happening, let's break down some MLB news that's going around lately. Um, Starting off with the a deal that I only just now found out about actually this morning. The Chicago Cubs have reached on a 1 year deal with 1 year $6 million deal with Justin Turner. This was per Jordan Bastian of MLB.com. It says one thing that Cubs president of baseball operations Jed Hoyer has accomplished in building his roster for the season ahead is adding a group of players who have extensive postseason experience. Justin Turner will be the next to join the fold. On Tuesday, sources told the MLB.com that Turner was in agreement with the Cubs on a 1 year deal worth $6 million plus another $2.5 million in incentives. Once the Northsiders lost out in the bidding for free agent third baseman Alex Bregman, the front office pivoted and targeted the veteran Turner to bolster the bench. While the Cubs have not confirmed the deal, which is pending, physical players in the clubhouse were already expressing excitement over the addition. Uh, Cubs shortstop Dansby Swanson said, quote unquote, he's been a really good player for a long time. He's someone that we can really learn a lot from. Just his experience, he's just such a pro at what he does that I think will really, really impact this group. The arrival of the 40-year-old Turner should help the Cubs roster in a few ways. All right, that's one of the pieces of news. Uh, Another piece of news is another addition is or another piece of news is the Toronto Blue Jays were unsuccessful at agreeing to an extension with Vladimir Guerrero with their power hitting star Vladimir Guerrero Jr. But we so spring training starts in 2 days, not for the Astros, but for the Dodgers and Cubs. So the Dodgers and Cubs will play against each other at Camelback Ranch in Glendale, Arizona, on February 20th at 2:05 p.m. Central Time. And the Chicago Cubs announced their probable pitcher or their starting pitcher for their first game of spring training here against Los Angeles. They are going to hand the ball to Cody to right hand number 38 right hand pitcher Cody.
Hi.
Oh, shout out to Super Sam Performance Encore in the chat. What are we watching? Well, we're supposed to be watching Kansas versus BYU plus Houston against Arizona State. However, the Houston Arizona State game, they're just now finishing up a 5 seconds left of Florida and Oklahoma. Florida just beat Oklahoma 85-63. All right, now they'll switch over to Houston. and Arizona State. However, on the Kansas game, they just switched over to that game as well. So, hey, Bell, guys, hey, Super Tuesday. Here we go. Houston versus Arizona State. Now we're about to get this game underway. Kansas plus also Kansas against BYU. But yeah, like I was mentioning, the Chicago Cubs are gonna go with right-handed pitcher number 38 Cody Poteet for their first game of spring training in 2 days against the Dodgers. But yeah, Dodgers are still to be determined on their probable starter or probable pitcher. But the matchup for the Dodgers going up against Poteet looks like this: Austin Barnes, Mookie Betts, Michael Conforto, Tommy Edman, um, Hunter Fiducia, Freddie Freeman, Kiki Hernandez, Teoscar Hernandez, Seong Kim, the new Korean dude, Max Muncy, Shohei Ohtani, James Outman, Andy Pajes, Miguel Rojas, Will Smith, and Chris Taylor. So yeah, I feel like I've flat out not talked about an MLB game or anything in a while, so that was actually really fun and really good to talk about. Hey, Bella, Claire, Bella, stop. Hey, look around. Anyways, the New York Yankees and Tampa Bay Rays face against each other for both their first games of spring training at Georgian Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, Florida on the 21st, so in 3 days from now. On the mound for the Rays is going to be right-hand pitcher number 47, Joey Craybill. How do you pronounce that? Still TBD for the New York Yankees. Yeah. But as far as the matchup for the Yankees against, hey, Bell, hey, Bell, what are you doing? As far as the matchup for the Yankees against Corey Bell, we got Cody Bellinger, Oswaldo Cabrera, Josh Chisholm Jr., Jason Dominguez, J.C. Escar, Paul Goldschmidt, Trent Grisham, Aaron Judge, DJ LeMahieu, Oswald Peraza, Oswald Peraza. We got Everson Pereira, Ben Rice, Jesus Rodriguez, Shoemake, Braden Shoemake, Giancarlo Stanton, Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells, and last but not least, Yorbit Vivas. He has a J in his name. So one would think it would be Jorbit, but no, it's actually a Y sound. Yorbit Vivas. Interesting. Anyways, but yeah, okay. So let's alright. BYU is off to a hot start right now over Houston. Over Kansas. I mean, oh my gosh, excuse me, guys. I ate not too long ago before this, so BYU is beating 23 ranked Kansas 8-0 right now with 17 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the first half. Now 8-2. It's 3-2. 5 ranked Houston over Arizona State. 17:50 to go in the first half. Now 5-2 Houston. Let's look at ESPN here. NCAA men's college basketball scores. With 18:56 to go in the game, it's 45-28. 8-ranked Iowa State Cyclones of Colorado Buffaloes. The 9-ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders are losing to the TCU Horned Frogs 41-34 with 15:31 to go in the game. 7:33 to go in the first half. The 11-ranked Wisconsin Badgers lead the Illinois Fighting Illini 29-17 with 18:59 left in the first half. The Seton Hall Pirates lead the 16-ranked Marquette Golden Eagles 3-0. They're just now starting that game. The 5-ranked Florida Gators won 85-63, of course, against the Oklahoma Sooners. The 21-ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs upset the 7th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies 70-54. 75-66, the 14th-ranked Michigan State Spartans upset the 13th-ranked Purdue Boilermakers 75-66. Purdue lost yet another one. I gotta tell you, Purdue's not looking that too hot this year. I mean, they still got a winning record, but they're not looking anywhere close to like they were when they still had Zach Edey. Plus, also all the other players that left their team now. But yeah, if we take a look at NHL scores, tonight at 7 p.m. On Thursday, February 20th. So no games today, no games tomorrow. At 7 p.m. Central Time on Thursday night on ESPN Plus, it will be the Four Nations Face-Off Championship game between Team USA and Team Canada. If we take a look at NBA scores, coming up at 9 p.m. Central Time today is tomorrow. NBA's day off today. But tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Central Time, the Charlotte Hornets take on the LA, aka the Los Angeles Lakers. Hold on, guys, let me get this from Bella.
Hey. Hey, don't have some fun.
Alright, I'm back. Alright. But yeah, if we go back to ESPN, let's see if there's any news here. Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, says Dodgers are doing what the system allows. Not quite, yeah. The Panthers have re-signed backup quarterback Andy Dalton to a 2-year deal. Hold on, guys, let me check. But yeah. Alright, this was per David Newton of ESPN. It says Charlotte, North Carolina veteran quarterback Andy Dalton has been instrumental in the development of Bryce Young. And Tuesday, the Carolina Panthers made sure that relationship will continue. Carolina re-signed Dalton, 37 years old, to a 2-year contract. The team announced terms were not disclosed, but a source told ESPN's Adam Schefter the contract is worth $8 million, includes $6 million guaranteed, and has a max value of $10 million. So that's that. We'll go back to MLB here. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, okay. So this is entering more Astros news, by the way. Brian McTaggart wrote this, of course. Pro Brian McTaggart of MLB.com and Astros reporter. Does Alvarez have an even higher gear? Quote unquote, he wants more. Pro Brian McTaggart. It says when Jordan Alvarez, one of the premier hitters in baseball, says his best baseball is yet to come and there's another level he still hasn't reached, that's enough to get anyone's attention. Quote unquote, when the big boy says that you get excited, Astros manager Joe Espada said. Alvarez is coming off his fourth consecutive 30-plus homer season, one in which he slashed .308, .392, .567 with 35 homers and 86 RBIs. He earned his third consecutive American League All-Star nod and was named the team's most valuable player. Alvarez was ranked 8th on MLB Network's top 100 players right now list, so how can he possibly get better? Alvarez said, quote unquote, the numbers are there right now still, but it's still something I think about throughout the season. There's injuries, there's cold spells, there's inconsistencies that might happen. Knowing myself as a ball player and people that know me as a ball player still know I have more in me. That includes Astros hitting coach Alex Cintron, who said the 27-year-old Alvarez is more focused this year on making sure the lower half of his body, his hips, and backside is on time as he loads his swing, which should help him be better in sync with his hands. But yeah. Alright, let's talk about my schedule now. So, which, by the way, 13 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first half. It's 19-7. BYU Cougars over 23 ranked Kansas Jayhawks. BYU got the steal now. Kansas got the steal right back. 5 ranked Houston leads 10-8 over Arizona State. 15 minutes to go in the first half. Anyways, my schedule. So I have these 2 games tonight. That's it. And then tomorrow, I have 2 reaction videos. Same for Thursday and Friday. Tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, no watch party, so I'll be doing 2 reaction videos each day. 3 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. Central Time. both Central Times tomorrow. And then Thursday and Friday will both be 3 and 6 p.m. Central Time. Why 6:30 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, not 6? Mainly because, again, I've already mentioned this. Dad has to go pick up Sarah at 6 from dance since Catherine and Mom will be with Catherine at her gymnastics tomorrow, so that's why. And Catherine doesn't get out of gymnastics until 6:30, so yeah, that's why. But yeah, so tomorrow 3 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Then both Thursday and Fridays 3 and 6 p.m. Central Time. But yeah, I don't exactly fully know what we'll react to specifically on both reaction videos on Thursday and Friday. However, I do know what we'll probably react to on both reaction videos tomorrow. We'll probably react to, in the afternoon one, the 3 p.m. one, we'll react to the winner of this week's PTX poll. And then tomorrow evening at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, we'll react to the winner of this week's home free poll. Which, by the way, I take a look on. Excuse me, guys. Anyways, I take a look. Yeah. So right now, the PTX poll has a total of 4 votes right now. Right now, winning is Pentatonic's 90s dance medley. Remember, this was a medley theme for both PTX and Home Free. Alright? Whatever the theme of the PTX poll is for that week, same theme for the Home Free poll that week. Because I'm not thinking of 2 separate themes, alright? I don't want that. Anyways. But yeah, so medleys, so the options for PTX are Daft Punk medley, 90s dance medley, Perfume medley, and NSYNC medley. For the home free poll, it's Sea Shanty medley, Country Fried medley, Hunter Hayes medley, and Alabama medley. Alabama medley, there was more to the title, but because YouTube only has so much character space, I didn't have any other choice but to write just Alabama medley. So yeah. Either way, whichever one wins in the home free poll. Same with the PTX poll. We'll still react to all 4 of them. Like I mentioned in the past, what I do is I'll react to the winners, and then the 3 other songs that do not win, I'll write down on my notebook to react to in the upcoming future of the channel. So yeah. The PTX poll right now winning is the PTX 90s dance medley at 75%. The NSYNC medley right now is losing at 25%. Still 0% for both the Perfume medley and Daft Punk medley. For the home free medley, for the home free poll, we got Sea Shanty medley and Country Fried medley both tied at 50% to 50%. Still 0% for the Hunter Hayes medley and Alabama medley. But we are right now tied 50-50 between the Country Fried medley and the Sea Shanty medley.
Hello.
I just want to make this very clear to everyone, alright? Every Sunday morning, I will post out a new PTX and home free polls for that week. Every Wednesday morning is when I will end or / delete the polls. Alright, for that week, okay? So tomorrow is Wednesday. So y'all have until then. And I'm specifically talking about the ones that have not voted on the home free poll yet. Alright? Because I need a winner. And right now they're both tied 50-50. Right now the sea shanty medley and country fried medley are both tied 50-50%. So I need someone to vote on it. If I'm gonna be able to react to a winner. So yeah.
We need to wait her down to tell her that. Yeah, for a young homeowner turning into their parents, the neighborhood is their life. Who's visiting the Bergs? It's not their car. $220. Now, most of the neighborhood uses Progressive for their cars and house. She didn't ask. Oh. Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you want to own our house.
But yeah. Let's check on with 11 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the first half. It's 25-12. BYU Cougars over 23 ranked Kansas Jayhawks. In the Houston game, with 11 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the first half, the 5 ranked Houston Cougars lead the Arizona State Sun Devils 17-13. So yeah. But yeah. Anyways, what I was talking about my schedule. But yeah, I have these 2 games tonight, and then tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, I have no watch party, so I'll be doing 2 reaction videos per day. And on Saturday, I have basketball. Obviously. Basketball is always playing on the weekends. So whether it's Saturday or Sunday, they're always playing on the weekends, of course. Cause it's yeah. Anyways, but yeah, this Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time on ESPN, I got the 8 ranked Iowa State Cyclones taking on the 5 ranked Houston Cougars. I know. Yeah. At 3 p.m. Central Time on TBS, I got the Oklahoma State Cowboys playing the 23 ranked Kansas Jayhawks. And also Baylor might play. I have no idea. Let me see. I have no clue if Baylor actually. Oh, they do. At 3 p.m. Central Time on ESPN Plus, the Baylor Bears play the Colorado Buffaloes. And so that's what I have on Saturday, and then on Sunday, I have no basketball, but on Sunday there is the Amber Hill 400 at Atlanta Speedway for the NASCAR Cup Series. Unfortunately, I will not be live for that race. Like I mentioned, I'm not gonna be live. I'm not gonna be live for every race this season. Just because of how long those races can usually last. So, which is usually up to, at most, probably about 4, sometimes maybe even 5 hours. So, maybe even like close to 5 hours if they go into overtime. So, yeah, that's why I'm not doing everyone. Same thing with Astros games. One, because of how they are basically, they last a long time, but at the same time, they last a pretty long time, even with the pitch clock. But at the same time, I feel like it's just almost impossible to do a watch party for 162 games straight. That's a lot of games. So I'm not going to be doing all Astros games, not going to be doing all the races this season. but I'll do some for sure. For Astros, I will be doing. Well, I am guaranteed. I am indeed guaranteed to do opening day on March 27th between the Houston Astros and the New York Mets. So that'll be interesting. That'll be really fun, I'm sure. To be commentating on some baseball, that'll be really fun. And then spoiler alert for those who don't know, I am not doing spring training. I'm not doing watch for spring training because half the games are not even televised anyway. So, but yeah, so I'm guaranteed to do opening day on March 27th. And then the only games the only games I'm going to be doing a watch party on for the regular season are Astros games on the weekends, so like Saturday, Sunday, on the weekends. All right, because those are the days where number one, people are home from work, and number two, half the time those games are in the afternoon instead of like later in the evening, sometimes way at night. So instead, they'll be half the time they'll be in the afternoon, which will be nice. So yeah, I got that, and then yeah, but on this Sunday, I do have a hockey game between the Stars and the Islanders. I'm pretty sure. Excuse me. Um, I have at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on ESPN Plus. I got the Dallas Stars taking on the New York Islanders. So that will be interesting. But yeah, I'll get into more into next week when we get closer and closer to next week. But yeah, right now we're still on basically the beginning of this week. So um, but yeah, right now with 8 minutes. Excuse me. Right now, with 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first half, 25-17, BYU Cougars over 23 ranked Kansas Jayhawks, 19-14, 5 ranked Houston Cougars over Arizona State Sun Devils. Now 21-14 Houston. Nice move and nice basket by Juwan Roberts for Houston.
When you think about the teams that Houston has had the past 2-3 years, Roberts was one of those pieces that helped his other guys get to the NBA, and now he's the guy who's now picking up his score, not just a rebounder and a shot blocker. And there's been a lot of times we look back at the game against UCF, the game that folks want to say earlier on. This young man was the reason why they won. The Sharks were not scoring; they were playing through Juwan Roberts. I think that's an area of his game that is strong in that he wasn't able to do that. Houston able to squeeze that rebound. It goes off of Sharp. It'll stay here with Arizona State as we approach 10 minutes to play here in this first half. What's the key for Arizona State to get a better shot here? Being able to deliver passes, hard time and on target. I think a lot of times one reason why we're seeing I think that's where Houston gets you. When the pressure causes you to throw bad passes, this throws off the rhythm of the shooter. And right there, a good pass by Freeman in the pocket allows Miller to get right into a shooting motion and knock it down. They need more possessions like that, where the clean passes are being missed. Offense is going through Roberts now. Just puts his head down and finishes through the contact.
Even though I'm in live for 40 minutes now, officially.
You have the athleticism advantage. You have the length advantage. If you just wall up and go vertical, you make this hard, but you don't leave the ground. Your arms are bent and leaning forward. And this thing foul every single time. Jamal Roberts is so good at seeking out the contact on the drive. If you're Phillips, with your verticality and with your athleticism, you have to go meet him at the rail instead of not jumping off the floor.
Sorry, guys. Just cleaning off stuff on my desk. Eight minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first half. 25-17, 5-ranked Houston over Arizona State. Timeout taken. They'll go to commercial break with this timeout. And Kansas is already on the timeout, so yeah. I'll be right back, guys.
Let's take a look back at this last play. Because I understand as a basketball player, sometimes things don't go the way that you want them to go. You should have got the basketball yesterday because you were wide open. But look at this. This takes 5 yards to break. You have 3 guys behind the basketball, and you allow Houston, the top 5 team in the country, to get an easy bucket like that in transition because you were upset about not getting the ball when you wanted to get the ball. Our excuse will King Clark. If you were on the floor, what would you be saying to your teammates right now? I mean, that's just me. Like, I think we're our competitors. You know, live for moments like this. You live to play against top 5 teams to come into your crib. And you should be on the upset. And we know how good this young man is. We know how good Freeman can be. When he's knocking down shots like that, and he's giving 100% effort. But that last play, the 4 upsets, that can't happen. It's still just a 5-point game after that 3-ball by Freeman. With all the Arizona State mistakes, they are still hanging around this one.
Hey guys, I'll be right back again. I gotta go do some.
That's something that we've seen from Sharp that we really haven't seen all year. He is driving close out and getting to the paint. He's one of the catch and shoot three-point shooters. So because his shot isn't falling, he is diversifying his offensive game. Here's Quentin staying close. Has that one page. Gets it back. Trying to put it back up. Scramble for it. And that one's off Arizona State. Emmanuel Sharp hasn't been scoring the ball well, but you gotta find ways to stay on the court.
At Metro, get $25 in line for 4 lines, plus 4 free Samsung Galaxy A15 5G phones. It's easy. No ID required, no activation. Visit a store, go online, or call. Only at Metro.
Get in on buy 1 foot long, get 1 free right now in the Subway app. That's right, buy 1 foot long sub, get another free. Deals this good usually come with a 2-year contract. Grab the deal online or in-app with code FLLOCAL. Only for limited time. You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
And they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle. Really?
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely. Were they made by, like, Upper Chilean engineers? Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the Smart Choice of Tires.
One sandwich that says, "This guy appreciates wild Florida Alaskan fish." And a second that says, "This guy would like another sandwich." 2 for $6.99. Arby's, we have the meat.
Saturday moves on ESPN. First, it's a top 10 showdown in the Big 12. Then it's New Blood versus New Blood. This is going to be a battle. A solid blockbuster Saturday on ESPN.
It doesn't matter where you work. If you're stuck in the same position all day, it's not good for you. That's why we created the original Barrett desk. It helps you move more while you work so you can feel happier and healthier. Our standing desks and converters are specifically designed to help you stay active and provide all-day ergonomic comfort. They come in a variety of sizes and styles to fit any home or office space. And they're always quick and easy to set up. Plus, our most popular products come with an industry-best lifetime warranty, so it's the last desk you'll ever need to buy. Try Barry, risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love your workspace, returns are free. Invest in the best for your work and well-being. Shop our sale and make your dream office a reality.
Houston Cougars, a legitimate national championship contender right now. They've got some notable wins. They were at UCF, down 1, 3:22 to go, and you get down to Roberts, pulling off a huge one on the road. How about at number 12, Kansas? They were down by 6 with 7 seconds to go. Daniel Sharp makes the 3. And the steal, Wilson ties the game. They get the win there. And then how about at 13th ranked Arizona? They were down by 7 with 9 minutes to go. They ended on a 19-10 run. And Kelvin Sampson says it feels like this team is really starting to come together. He said early in the season you had Suzanne who was out for 3 weeks with us. Francis was out 19 days with a groin injury. Now that his team is starting to get
Okay. Alright, BYU is just crushing Kansas right now. 35-22 with 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. 7 minutes to go in the first half. It's 29-20. 5 on Houston over Arizona State. Now 29-22.
Averaging 18 points and 6 assists. Doing a really good job so far to this point. That's filthy right there. Hit you with the shoulder, extra step back, and we are in the house with James Harden. 10-point lead for Houston. And that's one of those shots right there that we were talking about. The guy with the possession. You should have shot the first one, but the pump jab step, then shoot a contested 3 with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Not the best thing. Higher use of screens. Way too strong. Over the base. Arizona State looking to push it. And it's also glass. Houston shooting 58% from the floor here this first half.
Good.
Wilson creating space.
Wilson has shown at times he can come off the bench or come Sampson and get buckets. We saw in the Kansas game how deep this man can be.
But yeah, Let me quickly close.
Let's take a look at how the guards at Houston do a tremendous job of using
Let me quickly close this tab, and let's break down what's on my
and then I'll take Pryor. Stop on a dime. Get back behind the quick point line.
list.
Believe in that open strip.
Did you see how much ground he covered on that step back? He went from the elbow to the 3-point line on the step back. That was fast.
That was impressive. He's only like 6'1". So he was coming out
On
6'1" is extremely
Oh wait, don't forget, but for everyone that's in the live stream and for everyone that has any more song requests, type in the artist and the song by that artist in the chat. If you have any. If you don't, then you don't have to worry about it. But right now on the list is the three home free songs that did not win in last week's home free poll, which were home free the song Gambler, Down to the Honky Tonk, and Seven Bridges Road. And then after that we got the three pentatonic songs that did not win in last week's PTX poll, which are Pentatonic's Problem, a Ariana Grande cover, La La Latch, and Rather Be. And then after that, we got two requests by Nani. She requested the Oak Ridge Boys version of Elvira, plus also Bill and Gloria Gaither version of Daddy Sang Bass live performance featuring the Statler brothers. So, yeah.
It takes you to a whole other level.
Alabama is so impressive. Auburn is scary good. Auburn is scary good.
Driven by three details. See that's you're 6'6", which is like somebody else.
But in the moment, they're saying that we're
flying from towards Ali.
So this is MSN saying Notre Dame makes a coaching announcement on Tuesday. Story by Max Scarpio of MSN. It says the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are fresh off of one of the program's best seasons in the past decade, under the leadership of head coach Marcus Freeman. So this is the football team they're referring to. Despite Notre Dame losing to the Ohio State Buckeyes in the national championship game, they had a relatively successful season. During their college football playoff run, the Fighting Irish defeated Penn State, Georgia, and Indiana en route to the national title game. After a 14-2 season, Notre Dame announced a major coaching move. On Tuesday, Notre Dame officially announced that Jawan Sater as the associate head coach and running backs coach. Notre Dame football posted this on X. Welcome to the Irish family, Coach Sater. Hashtag Go Irish. And there you go. Welcome to Notre Dame, Jawan Sater, associate head coach and running backs coach for the Fighting Irish. Before accepting the significant role with the Fighting Irish, Cedar served as the associate head coach, running backs coach, and co-offensive coordinator with the Penn State Nittany Lions from 2018 to 2024. Cedar has also spent with at Florida, West Virginia, and Marshall. Freeman is coming off his third season as the head coach of the Fighting Irish. He's helped Notre Dame climb back to national title contention, finding incredible success during the 2024 season. Last season, the Fighting Irish defeated 7 ranked opponents en route to the national title game. Number 20 ranked Texas A&M, number 15 ranked Louisville, number 24 ranked Navy, number 19 ranked Army, number 10 ranked Indiana, number 2 ranked Georgia, and the number 6 ranked Penn State Nittany Lions.
No code words required. Every single hamburger, every single time. Okay, so that's not really a menu pack. When it's made fresh every time, gotta be Wendy's.
NFL news: 2 Super Bowl champions with Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes joined Giants after being let go by Chiefs. This was a story by Martin O'Donnell, MSN. 2 players who celebrated Super Bowl wins with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are joining the New York Giants as the Kansas City Chiefs let them go ahead of the 2025 NFL season. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes proved that the Kansas City Chiefs are still contenders, but the blowout Super Bowl loss to the Philadelphia Eagles this year showed that changes that need to be made for the 2025 NFL season, which is why the front office didn't mind letting 2 players leave for the New York Giants. The agency JL Sports confirmed that cornerback Nick Jones and wide receiver Montrell Washington are leaving Kansas City for the Big Apple, where they are getting tied to reserve/future deals with the Giants. Jones, who's 23 years old, was selected out of Ball State by the Chiefs with the 250th pick in the 7th round of the 2023 NFL Draft. He made 9 appearances in his rookie year, where he got a ring for the team's Super Bowl LVII victory. Washington 25. Sorry. Hey, Bella. Hey. Washington, who's 25 years old, stuck around. Hey, Bella, stop. Stuck around Reid and Mahomes as part of the Chiefs practice squad in the last 2 seasons, also earning a Super Bowl ring for the team's win over the San Francisco 49ers in February of 2024. Hey, one clap. Hey, clap. One. Clap. Clap. One clap.
That was a foul. It was a foul. But I think Hurley's frustration stems from earlier on in the game. Not necessarily that specific call, but earlier on in the game, it feels like that it's not being appreciated to be on both sides. So I think that's also nothing that as a coach you have to know when to get this and it's going to be extremely busy. You have to prepare yourself.
Alright. The practice squad players who are staying with Reed, Mahomes, and the Chiefs. The Chiefs could have brought back both players on the same kind of deal for preseason, but it looks like they didn't care if another team took them, as they opted to sign other players to reserve/future contracts. On Tuesday, February 11th, the league's personnel notice showed that Kansas City signed 13 players from its practice squad to prepare for the 2025 NFL season. Wide receiver Jason Brownlee, safety Deion Bush, tight end Baylor Cup, defensive tackle Siaki Ika, offensive tackle Chukwubuka Godric, defensive tackle Fabian Lobet, quarterback Chris Olajokin, wide receiver Justin Ross, cornerback Darius Rush, cornerback Eric Scott, wide receiver Taekwon Thornton, tight end Anthony Foxer, and also, last but not least, running back Keontae Ingram. Running back Keontae Ingram. So that's all the players they have signed, or they have signed from its practice squad to prepare for the 2025 NFL season, which, by the way, let's close that tab, and yeah. What's the score? The score is 5-2. 5-ranked Houston leads Arizona State 40-26 with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. I believe it's halftime right now in the Kansas BYU game. Let me see. Yep. And good Lord, is BYU taking a whopping against Kansas. The BYU Cougars are winning 46-26 at halftime over the 23 ranked Kansas Jayhawks right now. Yikes. Everyone that's still in the live stream, I want you guys to predict your score for the Houston Arizona State game, but as well as the Kansas BYU game. Wilson with the steal and the dunk for Houston. They now lead 42-26. I'm gonna say Houston. 20. No, sorry, Houston. 90 to 77. I'm also gonna say Kansas. 90-88. Those are my two score predictions. Everyone that's in the live, for those who are in the live stream, type in the chat your score predictions for both the Houston Arizona State game, plus also the Kansas BYU game. But yeah.
what you can't do. Off the ball screen, you have to do something. If you're going to ice it, you have to stay there as the bigs. If you're going to switch, you have to step up. But to scoot back and allow you to put in a guy who is looking more confident from behind the arc to be able to knock it down.
Let's look at oh wait, shoot, not ESPN. Let's look at NASCAR's website here. Let's take a look at the schedule. Let's see. So the Daytona 500 just finished. William Byron won it. Which, by the way, congratulations to him. 2 years in a row now, he's won the Daytona 500. So congratulations to him. This Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Time is the Amber Health 400 at Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. 260 laps, 400.4 miles. That's going to be one heck of a race. Atlanta brings a lot of hype, just like Daytona does. So I'm excited for that one. Again, like I mentioned, I will not be live for that one, unfortunately. I will be live that day, though. I will be live in the evening on that day for the Dallas Stars and New York Islanders game, though. But the following Sunday, March 2nd, the first race of the month of March 2nd, Sunday, the following week, is the Echo Park Automotive Grand Prix at 2:30 p.m. Central Time at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. 68 laps, 231.88 miles. I actually might be live for that. Just because the amount of laps. There's only 68 laps. Shouldn't be that long. Now, yes, it is a road course, so it might be long laps, but it's only 68, so it won't be that much. It won't be that much. But yeah, let's see what.
I think that's what, when you look at what they do the second half, I think that's something that they have to put an emphasis on. Getting Austin Mason the ball in the pick and roll, he's been very, very successful at getting to the paint and hitting the open man, which is forced Houston to scramble on the defensive side. And typically good things have happened, like you said, when the ball is smooth and prayer is mistake and it isn't sticky. Austin Mason has hit 25 consecutive throws. This is a front end of a 1-1.
But yeah, it doesn't look like there's really any news to talk about, or at least not any news that we have not covered yet or talked about yet. So here's the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series entry list for Atlanta this Sunday, for the Atlanta Spring Race this Sunday. We got Corey LaJoie, Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Austin Dillon, Noah Gragson, Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Justin Haley, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Ty Dillon, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Adrian Allmendinger, Chris Buescher, Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell, Josh Berry, Joey Logano, Bubba Wallace, William Byron, Todd Gillen, Riley Herbst, Zane Smith, Cole Custer, John Hunter Nemechek, Eric Jones, J.J. Yaley, Tyler Reddick, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Alex Bowman, Cody Ware, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Preece, Michael McDowell, Carson Hocevar, BJ McLeod, Shane Van Gisbergen, and Daniel Suarez. If you see an I, next to someone's name, like for example, BJ McLeod has parentheses surrounding an I next to his name, that means it equals. That means ineligible for driver championship points. So that means BJ McLeod is ineligible for driver championship points. Same with I think that's it. BJ McLeod's the only driver that's ineligible for driver championship points, so sucks for him. But yeah. 47-31. 5-ranked Houston leads Arizona State 47-31 at halftime. Houston going into the locker rooms with a 16-point lead over the Arizona State Sun Devils. And the BYU Cougars are at halftime with a 20-point lead over the 23-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. I'll be right back, guys. Let me go downstairs and get a drink. I'll be right back.
And get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Upset stomach? Ibirogast. Indigestion? Ibirogast. Bloating? Ibirogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Ibirogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Ibirogast. 4 nations face off comes down to this. Pride is on the line. Buckle up, North America! A rematch! Team Canada, USA! The championship game, Thursday at 8 on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus.
You don't have to be a prepper to protect you or the ones you love. Introducing the new Patriot Power Generator 1200. A solar generator that's lighter, more affordable, and more powerful. In a blackout, lights, TVs, medical equipment, even your fridge. No gas, fumes, or noise. It's safe to use inside your home. You'll even get a solar panel. Absolutely free. This is about your peace of mind. Get your new solar generator and free solar panel at patriots.com.
See, goat fungus is not just an embarrassing cosmetic problem. It can also be dangerous. Even small spots can spread and get worse. Drugstore remedies and prescriptions just don't get to the root cause of your fungus. That's why this simple 2-minute hack has gone viral. You can check it out at crystalflush.com. It works by deeply penetrating and disrupting the cellular structure of the fungus. Thousands are literally wiping their fungus clean and showing off their toes again. And now you can try it totally risk-free. Go to crystalflush.com.
20 minutes down in Tempe, LJ Pryor with 10 points. The Houston Cougars shooting 54% from the field. 16-point Houston lead, 47-31 at the break. Coach over on ESPN, BYU made 10 threes in the first half on Kansas. Absolute offensive play. 15 field goals, 15 assists. Kansas gave them no resistance. BYU got the ball anywhere they wanted, anytime they wanted. They got the shot they wanted. It's about BYU being by the field, but also you can't listen to them. They have not worked hard as a group. It's 5 guys out there playing. They're not communicating. Defense is the first thing that's got to limit their threes. These are wide open threes, and big problems. They're not going to hit balls. Constantly in rotation. What start there? So, 10. It's the second time Kansas has trailed by 20 points or more in conference in the last 22 seasons. Meantime, Gallen, Houston on top again here in our game. They're 17-1 since December 1st. Why don't we talk more nationally about the Cougars? I think it's because they lost those games early on, and bear in mind, 3 or 4 losses in overtime. So it's hard to beat those guys in regulation. They lost the games early on, tough competition. They continue to improve. Miles Newson, most notable, has really come into his role. He's changed their team. How Roberts plays, how they use him has changed their team. The defense rebounding is there. The offense is now
Alright, let's see if any other teams have announced their starters for spring training. Let's see. The Kansas City Royals' first game of spring training is against the Texas Rangers in 3 days at 2:05 p.m. Central Time at the Surprise Stadium in Surprise, Arizona. The Royals will hand the ball to left-handed pitcher number 41, Daniel Link IV, which I think is the fourth. I think I might be wrong, but I think that's the fourth. I think. Someone correct me in the chat. Does IV mean 4 in Roman numerals? I think it does. But yeah, Rockies and Diamondbacks have not announced anything yet. Nor has the Mariners versus Padres. Nor has the Red Sox against in their exhibition game against the Huskies. Yeah, let's see. Astros have not said anything, so yeah, they probably won't say anything, but they probably won't announce anything probably until like tomorrow or like the day before the day of. So yeah, close that tab. I am going to mute my phone because it's driving me nuts and how many weather notifications I'm getting. So you guys can't see it, but right now what it's doing is I have it sitting on top of my other computer, the computer that I play music videos on, in my reaction videos, on the Super Saiyan Performance Encore channel. I have it resting against on top of the computer, and every time there's a notification on my phone, it's like dinging, it's like buzzing the computer basically. So, me and my phone. Alright, both games are on commercial break, so let me see if BYU and Kansas have gotten their second half started yet. They have. They've actually been going for like 2 minutes now. And no, basically 3 minutes now. 17 minutes to go in the game. It's 54-29. BYU Cougars over 23 ranked Kansas Jayhawks. If Kansas, all right, this is what I was exactly mentioning in towards the very beginning of this podcast. This is what I was mentioning. It's a must win for every game for these teams, like Kansas Kansas, Houston, Baylor, Auburn, Iowa State, UConn, just to think of Tennessee, just to think of some of the best of the best out there. Now, I don't think you can really count. Well, I'm not going to make that statement because I know people will get flustered. But anyways, some of the best teams out there, I just made an example for. These are must-win games for them. And as for Kansas, they lose this game, they're going to fall out of the rankings because they're ranked 23rd. Okay? They're ranked 23rd. They lose this game, they're out of the rankings, no doubt about it. They're out of the rankings. Well, speaking of rankings, let's take a look at that because we haven't looked at rankings here on the podcast in a little bit. So the rankings are Auburn, Florida, Duke, Alabama, Houston, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Iowa State, Texas Tech, and St. John's. That's your top 10. Wisconsin, Michigan, Purdue, Michigan State, and Missouri finish off your top 15. Marquette, Kentucky, Clemson, Arizona, and Maryland finish off your top 20. Then to finish off your top 25, to finish off the top 25 rankings is Mississippi State at 21, Memphis 22, Kansas 23, Ole Miss 24, and Louisville 25. Ole Miss, Kansas, and Memphis by far have had the biggest drops. Memphis has dropped 8 spots, Kansas has dropped 6, Ole Miss has dropped 5, Arizona has dropped 6. Kentucky's dropped 2. Missouri's gone up by 6. Marquette's gone up by 2. Gone up by 5 is Clemson. Gone down by 3 is Michigan State. Purdue's gone down by 6. Michigan's gone up by 8. Wisconsin's gone up by 5. St. John's went down by 1. Up 3 is Texas Tech. Up 2 is Iowa State. Up 1 is Texas A&M. Down 1 is Tennessee. Up 1 is Houston. Down 2 is Alabama. Staying at number 3 is Duke. Staying the same. Going up 1. Now number 2 is the new number 2, the Florida Gators. And then you still have the same number 1. It's the Auburn Tigers. They've been probably, let's see, well, this is the week 16, so what, week 15. Alright, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Auburn has been at the number 1 spot in the AP Top 25 rankings now for 6 weeks. For 6 consecutive weeks now. They've been ranked number 1 in the AP Top 25 poll. That is insane. That's hard to do, if I'm going to be honest. That is really hard to do. Week 10, it was Tennessee. Week 9, it was still Tennessee. Week 8, it was Tennessee. Week 7, it was Tennessee. Oh, wait, how long was... So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tennessee had a streak going of 5 consecutive weeks, going from week 5 to week 10. Before they got snapped in week 11 when Auburn was the new number 1. But week 5, week 6 was actually the last. Yeah, week 6 was actually the last week. Week 6 to week 10, not week 5. Week 5, Kansas was number 1 at week 5. Week 4 was the data wasn't even available. Alright, so never mind. Shout out to Mom in the chat. Oh, that was one thing I was going to mention. So there's something new coming to the channel. Not this channel. the other channel, the Super Saiyan Performance Encore channel. And not specifically like schedule update or anything like that. It's content update. So there's new content. We'll still have the same content, like reaction to Pentatonics, Home Free, Jelly Roll. I have no idea. Yeah. But we're gonna add on to something else. Alright. Now, this is mainly my request. It is superfood. So, for those who don't know what superfood is alright. So Scott and Mitch, Scott the baritone and Mitch the tenor on Pentatonics. Scott and Mitch both have their own channel together where they both come together and they just do like fun stuff and just do a bunch of stuff. They've also done songs on Superfood as well. All right, so I'll be reacting to that. Spy Hunter, I don't have time. Okay. But yeah, so Superfood is coming to the channel. What does that mean? That means that we are now going to be working with a new poll. So now instead of 2 polls that I post out there every Sunday morning, there's now going to be 3: a PTX poll, a home free poll, and a superfood poll for that week. Alright. Is there gonna be a theme for superfood? Maybe. And if so, I will have to think about it. But yeah. I could do like an evolution theme for superfood just because I do know they have like some evolution videos. I do know they have some evolution music videos on their channel. Same with Pentatonics. So yeah. Which, by the way, up to date. I am able to. Which, by the way, up to date. That is one of the themes for the PTX polls is evolution. Evolutions. So yeah. Now, do I have any idea what next week? So this Sunday morning is when I'll post out the PTX poll and home free poll for next week. Same with the newly superfood poll for this week. But do I know exactly what the theme is going to be for both the PTX and home free polls? No. I still have to think about that. That'll be another decision that will be made off camera, away from this LED light. But yeah. With 14 minutes to go in the game, the BYU Cougars are winning 64-33 over the 23 ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Bill Self and the Jayhawks will take a timeout. By the way, they're playing. Excuse me. By the way, just to mention, they're playing this game in Utah. By the way, so BYU is the home team. So the place is going nuts right now. So yeah. 18 minutes to go in the game. It's 49-34. 5-run Houston over Arizona State. Arizona State for 2 off the mark. Actually, it was blocked mainly. Oh, sorry, that was Houston. Arizona State basketball now. This is a 3 right there. Defensive rebound, Houston. Yeah. Here we go. 14 minutes left in the game. It's 64-33. BYU Cougars over 23 ranked Kansas Jayhawks. I'm gonna be honest. These games are actually both these two games are actually kind of going by a little bit quicker than I thought they would, because we're only an hour and 31 minutes into the stream. So, I mean, that's still a lot, but not compared to normal. But yeah.
The transition to Kevin Young this year, they have absolutely dominated Kansas on this floor so far tonight.
Hunter Dickinson now with 11. And his 10th double-double of the season after that bucket. Richie Saunders,
The Cincinnati Bengals have signed a record-setting player, Ahmed T. Higgins Buzz. This was a story by Benjamin Aduccio. Sorry if I'm saying the last name wrong. Of MSN. The Cincinnati Bengals are pledging a longer commitment to one of their most consistent players. Cincinnati signed a contract extension with punter Ryan Reckow. Per ESPN, Reckow set a franchise single-season record for gross punting average 49.1 and net average 42.9 last year, per the outlet. He was a rookie in 2024. The Bengals are in contract negotiations with several players, including two of their offensive stars. Wide receivers Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are in talks with the team on new deals. Cincinnati is hoping to continue some of its recent success in 2025. Higgins is getting all sorts of trade buzz, and the franchise will have to work hard to hold on to him. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow is also hoping to fully recover from injuries which have slowed him down some in the last few seasons. The contract extension with Recco goes through 2026. He went undrafted in 2024 and spent time with the Kansas City Chiefs before joining the Bengals. The Bengals missed the 2024 postseason, for those who were unaware. The Bengals have a lot of work to do this offseason. Cincinnati has to hold on to Chase Higgins and also Cincinnati has to hold on to Chase Higgins and also defensive end Trey Hendrickson, who are free agents. The franchise that may have to spend as much as $26 million just to hold on to Higgins. It's certainly going to hit the team's pocketbook hard in order to keep all these players. That's that.
Richie Saunders has done great in the second half. He showed some nifty footwork in the paint. He's got 22 of BYU's rolling. The Tempur-Pedic breeze makes sleep feel cool. So no more sweating all night or blasting in the air conditioner, because the Tempur breeze gets up to 10 degrees cool all night long. During our President's Day sale, save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets.
I was hot. I was feeling like heated and stuff earlier. I was like sweating and was getting hot in the long sleeve shirt I had earlier, so that's a main reason why I changed earlier. But not only that, this drink is also cooling me down. So 4 minutes and 47 seconds. Oh wait, that's a different game. Never mind. It's a different game. 16 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game. 5-ranked Houston Cougars lead the Arizona State Sun Devils, 55-34.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check all state first for a quote that exceeds you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Burger King has a deal for all. $5 more is hunger's call. $7 three or more options for y'all. Which one could you choose?
Alright, let's see.
We'll be running double miles on gas with the Capital One Venture.
So drivers who have won back to this article talking about drivers who have won back-to-back Daytona 500s. Of course, William Byron is one of them. He joins the list. But this was this is not really an article. This is just pictures. It says William Byron is one of five drivers to win back-to-back Daytona 500s. Take a look at the instances of back-to-back Daytona 500 wins. Which, by the way, shout out to the person that posted these Getty images. Getty, how do you say that? Jared C. Tilton. Shout out to him. Anyways, we started off with Richard Petty in 1973. NASCAR Research and Archive Center was the one that posted that one. And probably the rest of these. The next one is Richard Petty won the Daytona 500 7 times this was 1974. Richard Petty won the Daytona 500 7 times in his career, the most all time. The back-to-back wins marked the 4th and 5th times he won the Daytona 500. In 1983, it was Cale Yarborough. 1984, it says Yarborough won the Daytona 500 4 times in his career, with the back-to-back wins, marking the final 2 times he won the race. In 1994, it was Sterling Marlin. 1995. These 2 victories are Marlin's only 2 Daytona 500 wins. In 2019, it was, of course, driver of the number 11 FedEx Toyota Camry, Denny Hamlin. In 2020, it says Hamlin has won the Daytona 500 3 times, with his back-to-back run marking the 2nd and 3rd times he has won the event. And now, 2024, William Byron. 2025, it says here, after going winless in his first 6 Daytona 500 starts, Byron won. Let me restart that. After going winless in his first 6 Daytona 500 starts, Byron won the Harley J. Earl Trophy twice in back-to-back years. Zeke Mayo. So apparently that's how you pronounce his name, Zeke, not Zeke. Which makes more sense. Sorry that I was pronouncing his first name for the longest time. Anyways, Zeke Mayo fouled BYU, so BYU's at the free throw line. 10 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the game. BYU leads 23-ranked Kansas by a score of 69-41 as he goes 1 for 2 there from the free throw line. Houston and Arizona State are at commercial break right now. Let's see what the score is for that game. It is 55-36. They're on an official TV timeout. It is 55-36. 5 ranked Houston Cougars over Arizona State Wildcats. 15 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the game. Here it's 10.5 minutes to go in the game. It's 69-41. BYU Cougars over 23 ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Second, wow. I'm going to say this. I'm going to give credit to BYU because I do know Kansas has been losing here and there lately. And they haven't necessarily been playing like the normal selves here lately. But I still got to give credit to BYU for putting on a show because while Kansas is ranked 23 and they again have not been playing like the normal selves here lately, they're still by far probably one of the best college basketball teams ever. So that's my opinion. People can argue that however you want, but that's my opinion. And to see a team like BYU, who I'm pretty sure going in this game wasn't projected to win at all, and wasn't really projected to go on this big of a scoring run in this game, and possibly even win, possibly even blow out the Jayhawks here. So yeah, this is definitely one of those games where I feel like when they win, these are definitely one of these games you win where it'll give you a boost for most of the remainder of conference play. Probably the remainder of conference play, actually, because probably for the remainder of conference play and the season, because after conference play, it's done. We head to conference tournaments. And I actually don't think we have that many games left. Well, we still have a lot of games left, but as for just like Baylor and Kansas, I don't think they have too many games left on their schedules. If we take a look at Kansas, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, so counting this one, they have 6 games to go. After this, it will be 5 to go. It will be Oklahoma State, Colorado, Texas Tech, Houston, and Arizona. Like the announcer was just mentioning, an absolute incredible performance tonight by the BYU Cougars. Absolutely. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So same thing. Counting this game as well, Houston has 6 games to go in the regular season as well. After this, it will be 5. It will be Iowa State, Texas Tech, Cincinnati, Kansas, and Baylor. After this, and then for Baylor, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Baylor has 5 games to go this regular season because their last game they lost 74-67. Actually, last night to the 19-ranked Arizona Wildcats. So yeah. But yeah, their last 5 games of the season are Colorado, Cincinnati, Cincinnati in Cincinnati, Oklahoma State in Waco, Texas, TCU in Fort Worth, Texas, and Houston in Waco. So yeah, just in alarm that game against Houston's at 8:00 at night.
basketball is presented by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance.
Trying to see if any team has like any like 9 o'clock games or something that coming up for the rest coming up that I can't do. I can't do a watch party for. Oh, Kansas does. And it's not even 9 o'clock, it's 10 o'clock. So not next game against Oklahoma State. Next game's against Oklahoma State, but it's at 3 p.m. But the game after that against Colorado, they're in Colorado. And it's at 10 o'clock p.m. Central Time at night. 10 o'clock on ESPN. So yeah, I won't be doing a watch party for that for sure. But yeah.
Say hi to Patty, celebrated social worker, self-appointed social chair, potluck, kickball, last call. You name it, she's on it. And you have 47 emails to prove it.
6 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the game. 76-41. BYU Cougars over 23 ranked Kansas Jayhawks.
So we can help you out, Patty, with the retirement benefits plans right now.
With 12 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the game, it's at 62-41. 5 ranked Houston Cougars over Arizona State Sun Devils.
Did you know millions of people are getting prescriptions online for insomnia, sexual health, and GLP-1 weight loss?
I've lost 45 pounds so far, and now life is more enjoyable.
RexMD.com has made getting prescriptions fast and easy. RexMD can also help with insomnia.
I slept the whole night, got up, ready to go for the day.
And
Anyways,
RexMD can
let's see.
I felt like a young man again. My wife is happier. I am definitely much happier. Get started today with a prescription that's right for you at RexMD.com.
Let's take a look at. Oh, that was what I was wanting to mention. Hold on. Let's see.
At Primal Kitchen, we believe that this is a multivitamin. This is a protein bar. And that greens are something you actually eat. Primal Kitchen, made for real food.
Well, as we celebrate Black History Month, our Black History always, the first African American that played for BYU back in the late 70s, Keith Rice, had a standout career here with the Cougars, and the one-time roommate of the All-American here at BYU, Danny H.
Let's see. Switch channel, save performance Encore channel.
You've said that too often tonight as well. It has been a nightmare trip here to the Wasatch Mountains for Kansas. After losing on Saturday in Utah, they're getting drugged here at BYU as a foul will put Kansas in the line.
I want to mention how so the very first live or technically reaction video I did was Pentatonic's Hallelujah. Pentatonic's Hallelujah. I want to mention how it has a total of 141 views. The next one that I did was Pentatonic's Mary Did You Know? 137 views. The next one I did was Pentatonic's Imagine. 116 views. The next one I did only got 9 views, but it was reacting to old songs. The next one got 5 views, reacting to Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry, Be Happy. Chris Stapleton, I was wrong. That got a total of 14 views. The one that got a total of 6 views is Jelly Roll, I Am Not Okay. Six views for the 8th reaction video to Cats and Crowns on the channel. It's Cats and Crowns, Voice of Truth. The reaction video to Pentatonic Sound of Silence, just the music video, got 106 views. Home Free, I Still Believe in You, got 36 views. 37 views for Pentatonic's Cheerleader. Home Free, My Church, got 43 views. 25 views for Pentatonic's Break My Heart. Pentatonic's Home plus Home Free Go Rest High on That Mountain got a total of 45 views. 37 views for Pentatonic's The Sound of Silence live performance. Home Free Man of Constant Sorrow got 42 views. 15 views for Pentatonic's Valentine's. The Enye Only Time reaction so far has 7 views. So
We had 2 minutes and 2 points in 16 minutes against K-State. He's had some good moments throughout the course of the season, but most of his work on the inside, 58% inside the 3-point arc. He adds length.
all right, let's see.
He doesn't have a lot of length defensively, Roxy, but that's one that they need.
Let's see what the views are for this channel, Super Sam Sports Encore. Let's see. Edge videos. We go live. So if we go all the way back to the first episode of the podcast,
NCAA tournament, 34 points. And they're down 38 right now. McKee's Passmore and the freshman with the bucket. That's a careless pass by Beckham again.
it got a total of 8 views. The next video, episode 2, got a total of 21 views.
And the scoop off the window high to Harris Jr. His first points tonight.
Hold on. Wait a second. I just now realized. Something's not adding up here. It's looking like I have to move to the next page. Learn from my mistake, guys. Alright, jeez Louise, how much have I posted on this? Here we go. The very first episode of the Super Sam Sports Encore podcast channel got a total of 35 views. Episode 2, 11. Episode 3, 24. Episode 4 got 46. Episode 5, which episode 5 was just talking about how Teoscar Hernandez re-signed with the Dodgers. That was it. But it got a total of 7. Episode 6 was 7. 9 views for episode 8. Episode 9. Sorry, that was episode 7. I read. Episode 8 is got 10. And then the first ever watch party I did was Super Sam Sports Encore podcast episode 9. It was a watch party between the Houston Cougars and the Oklahoma State Cowboys. That was the first ever watch party I did on this channel. It got a total of 14 views. 11 for episode 10, which was a watch party between Baylor and Utah, plus also Kansas versus West Virginia. Then 9 views for the next one, which was a Q&A with Sarah and Catherine. 6 views for just 6 views for episode 12, and so on, so on. Let's go to my next live, or my next watch party here. So this one was episode 19, a watch party between Houston versus BYU plus Baylor versus Iowa State. And this got a total of 9 views. Episode 19. So yeah. If we take a look, right now there are 3 views on this current one. If we take a look, a total of 20 views for episode 72 of the watch party of the first half of the Super Bowl. And then 4 views for the second half, watch party of the second half of the Super Bowl. The 4 hour 26-minute stream that for part 1 of the Daytona 500 got a total of 6 views. 4 views for part 2, and then for part 3, episode 78 was 6 views. See, 78, 79, yeah. And one thing that I gotta say is how so part 3 of the Super Sim, part 3 of the Daytona 500 watch party was episode 78 of the Super Sim Sports Encore podcast channel. This is episode 79, so that means we are one episode away from 80. We are officially 1 episode away from 80 episodes, which is insane. The 80th episode's not going to come out tonight, unfortunately. What I'm going to do is, this is just going to be one big live stream where I do a watch party for both of them in one huge live stream. So, yeah. Alright. BYU leads 23 ranked Kansas 85-49 with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the game. And BYU's won this by now. So. 13 minutes to go in the first half. Oh, wait, that's a different game. With 7 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the game, it's 70-50, a 20-point lead. 5-ranked Houston Cougars lead the Arizona State Sun Devils. Two minutes 40 seconds to go in the game. 85-49, BYU Cougars over 23 ranked Kansas Jayhawks. And a dunk for BYU. They extend their lead 87-49. Kansas, I swear, just can't catch a break. Sports Center is coming up next after this BYU Kansas game.
It has been all BYU from the outset tonight. It's deflected out, and it belongs to Kansas.
Alright, let's see. So Altuve is still testing the waters in left field even without Bregman. This is per Brian McTaggart of MLB.com and Astros News writer. It says, despite not bringing back free agent third baseman Alex Bregman, a move which would have created a logjam on the infield, the Astros remain full speed ahead with trying out franchise icon Jose Altuve in left field this spring, or at least seeing if he's capable of handling the position. Altuve said last month he'd be open to moving to left field if Bregman returned to play third, which would push newcomer Isaac Paredes to second. The Astros approached him at the end of the season about playing left, which appears to be a decision based on improving second base defense more than anything. Altuve worked out Monday on a breezy backfield, fielding fly balls off the fungo bat of coach Dave Clark while using slugger Jordan Alvarez's glove, joking later it was too heavy for him. Altuve said, quote unquote, I'm trying not to make this a big deal or focus or something else. I wasn't to get rid of this left field conversation and try to answer every question possible and move on and start preparing for what we all care about, which is preparing for the season and winning. At 34 years old, Altuve is the oldest player on the Astros, with Justin Verlander having moved on to the Giants. The club also lost star players Kyle Tucker and Bregman, leaving Altuve and Lance McCullers Jr. as the lone players remaining from the 2017 World Series team. Altuve said, quote unquote, we've got to move on and focus on the players we have here and keep moving. We have great talent here, good players. We are definitely going to do everything to win, and we'll see Alex down the road when we play Boston, which we will.
They scored more points off of turnovers. They created more turnovers. They got to the free throw line more. There's not much BYU didn't do well tonight.
And that's it. BYU Cougars win 91-57 over the 23-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. BYU is, well, I'll look at the records in a little bit.
Thursday's Four Nations Championship between the United States and Canada with Hamilton Catholic. A little bit more perspective now on the dominant victory for BYU. What a win. It's their first win against a AP-ranked opponent since February 24. They beat number 7 Kansas now. They had lost each of their last 5 against ranked opposition entering tonight. And this was an absolutely dominating performance. BYU's 24 assists and 14 steals. First game of more than 29 steals against the ranked opponent in the last quarter-century. Tonight was their 91st game against the ranked team over that span. You all know the very later.
With 5 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the game, it's 76-55, 5-ranked Houston over Arizona State. Let's take a look at the records now for BYU, both BYU and Kansas now. Gamecast. The BYU Cougars improved to 18-8 overall, 9-6 in conference play. Kansas drops down to 17-9 overall, 8-7 in conference play now. Yeah, now I need to update the committee standings.
5 minutes to play here in the second half. Shot clock's at 3. It's a 10 downs. 1.3 to go on the shot clock. That's the tough part. When you allow Houston to get second chances, they make you play another 20 seconds of defense, which wears you down. So now you end up playing a minute of defense, which is extremely hard to do. Gotta get this one up. And blocked in by Phillips for cause a shot clock violation. There's something Bobby Hurley said that is troubling with his team is that he's short the rotation. He's only going 7 or 8 guys, and he said sometimes I'm not sure. Maybe they're getting tired down the stretch, and that's why we're losing close games from Big 12. You just have to get over that problem. I mean, the majority of the games y'all talk about moving, 7 of their 11 losses in Big 12 play have come in single digits. So it's just a matter of getting over the problem. Talking to Coach Hurley earlier on, I mean, he said,
17, 17.
they just have to believe that they can get over it and looking at late game execution. They're able to actually do what they work on in practice. Also, to show how much people talk about this, right? So try to be creative. When you're going through a tough stretch, get your team out there on the tight, get some ice cream, Coach K, all of that. Give me that. And they're teaching his players about life lessons, right? If you're going through a tough stretch, you don't shy away. You go up to the mountain, you climb it, and try to get to the top. That was all good. I thought you had your own spin on it. I'm telling you, I'm like, you should have just read it. Another shot clock violation. Well, it's been a tough climb all night for Arizona State when you're facing the 5th-ranked team in the country. Ain't now, right here on campus. It's a workout.
4 minutes to go in the game. 76 to 55. 5-1 Houston Cougars over Arizona State Wildcats. Another thing that I've been thinking about doing is PTX. So the members for PTX, except for Matt, Mitch, Kirsten, Scott, and Kevin. Jeez. They while they're a group, they still have their own channels and they still post like they still have their own like solo careers. They still do music by themselves and stuff like that. While they're with Pentatonics. In fact, actually, I think this Friday, Kevin's coming out with a new music video called Dark Winter. So, yeah. But I thought that would be another interesting, cool thing that we would bring to the channel. We would probably not do polls for that just yet. Just because that's a lot to handle. For now, we'll just stick with PTX, Home Free, and Superfruit when it comes to the polls. But yeah, Kirsten, Mitch, Scott, and Kevin. For now, will be no polls. We'll just do reaction videos to them. Because I've heard some of their music, but I haven't heard like a lot of it. So
Turn all of your purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits and a collection of luxury hotels when you book with Capital One Travel. And get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wellness?
Catch a bite. In my opinion, it's the epitome of where art and science. Everything from
flavor to color to texture is scrutinized. Am I a ketchup nerd? Absolutely.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Progressive Insurance. Save with Bundle Auto, Home, or Motorcycle Insurance. Top ball game for Emmanuel Sharp of Houston. Knocked down 4-3, 17 points. This is coming off the last game where he went 0 for 6. What a bounce back here tonight versus what he did Saturday in Arizona.
Really impressive because he's been struggling lately. In the last 6 games, he averaging 6 points per game. He hasn't shot it off for 3, only 23 for 3 in the last 6 also. This is definitely a big confidence boost for him.
Minutes to play in the second half. Short. And a foul on the rebound. Going to be on Usan, his third. Obviously a lopsided score. But if you're Arizona State, what can you build on? What can you do here this last 3:30?
3.5 minutes to go in the game. 76-55. 5-1 Houston over Arizona State.
You can at least take away something to hang your hat on. Right now, I mean, I don't know as much.
For 2. Off the mark. Out of bounds. Last touch by Houston, so it'll be Arizona State ball. All right, Arizona State basketball with 3:15 to go in the game. Arizona State. Oh, bad passing right there, but recovers. Looks like a foul. Looks like a foul call. Foul call on Houston.
Entertaining backcourt in all of women's college basketball. I'm down for them an entertainment value against any men's team.
Women's game has stars. And that's what separates the women's games right now, and that's what the popularity continues to grow.
And I thought it was a jaw. And Olivia Brown talking about passing. Some of the passes that she makes, extremely impressive.
Here's Mercy Miller on the floor.
Miller misses it for Houston. Defensive rebound, Arizona State. Arizona State for 3, wins it. 2.5 minutes to go in the game. 5-1 Houston leads Arizona State 76-59. Houston, by the way, coming into this game was 21-4 overall. 21-4 overall, 13-1 in conference play. Arizona State is 12-13 overall, 3-11 in conference play. Another deep 3 drained by Arizona State is now 76-62. 2:12 to go in the game. Arizona State on a little bit of a run right now.
And is this the fight that you've been wanting to see out of Arizona State?
That is the fight. That is what you want to see if you're early. You want to see your guys take some pride in this game. And Mason has been terrific. The way that he shot the ball in the last 4 games, the last 6 games, honestly, shooting 43 from 3. He is confident. He's playing as well as any guard in the country. Despite the output of what his team is doing, Austin Mason is playing as well as any guard in the Big 12 in the last 6 games. He's been absolutely terrific tonight. He's doing to knock it down from deep. Deep range, on the catch. He's winning the fire. He's went down.
I'll be right back, guys.
One of the
underrated point guard in the Big 12.
Also, Mason and DJ Freeman have combined for 42 points. The rest of the Arizona State team for 20. Well, we've seen that full-court press from the Sun Devils. Calls a couple turnovers earlier in this half. Let's see if Bobby Hurley can dial something up here with 2:12 to play in the second half. Let's use our as constructed and run the baseline here. Two minutes to play here at Arizona State.
Right there, that was good defense right there by Ali. And he's shown at 6'9" how versatile he can be. Staying in front of guards, offensively being tough. He can do a lot of good things.
And slam. And all of a sudden, it's a 12-point game. Timeout, Houston.
Timeout Houston with a minute and a half. Arizona State's on an 11-0 run in the last 4 minutes and 26 seconds. Timeout Houston with a minute and a half to go. 5-1 Houston Cougars lead the Arizona State Wild Sun Devils 76-64.
Iowa State, Texas Tech. Wow.
Yes. Two back-to-back games that will be extremely tough. I mean, especially that game against Tech on the road. I have to almost forget that game. I know they have that one circled. Because that was their one lone loss in the Big 12 Conference. They're looking to get back at Texas Tech. That Iowa State game on Saturday, as I mentioned earlier, might be one of the best games we see all season.
You know, that one is in Houston. Yeah, that's a big advantage.
And that thing is rocking. Oh, it was my first time there. Texas game. I was looking around like, wow, this place is elite.
Here's tomorrow's college hoops doubleheader. We start with the Tobacco Road rivalry between NC State and North Carolina. That one in Chapel Hill, 7 Eastern on ESPN. Then we got number 1 Auburn hosting Arkansas at 9. Now, that is a huge game for Arkansas because Arkansas is now finding themselves on the bubble. On the outside, looking into the dance. If you could pull off that upset against number 1, you are back in the picture.
And Janelle Davis is finally starting to be the Janelle Davis that we know and that we saw at FAU. I think he's starting to understand where his shots are coming from. And him and Wagner are starting to play way better basketball.
Baldwin back on the floor for Houston. Here's Roberts backside, and Wilson with the lane. Mason runs into the contact, and he wisely draws the foul on Roberts. So that stops the clock.
Whoa. It says new achievement. People are loving your videos. You've hit 100 hours of watch time. Good. Great job. The latest poll that I sent out when I said, hey guys, just wanted to come on and update you guys. I was supposed to have a watch party tonight at 8 p.m. for the Kansas vs. Colorado game, but instead I'm going to take the take the day off since I haven't had one in a while and I need to reset my mind since I do have a busy rest of the week and weekend, including 2 reaction videos on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Hope you all understand, and I will see you all tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time for the first reaction video of the day. So that was that. That had a total of 3 likes, so 57.1 to go in the game at 78-65, 5 on Houston over Arizona State.
Arizona State trying to commit a foul here. Try to play a little keep away. And there is Ali committing the foul.
Finally committing the foul there at 47.6 to go. 5 on Houston over Arizona State. 78-65. Houston will go to the free throw line. At the free throw line for Houston is number 4, LJ Cryer.
Subs coming on the floor for Arizona State.
I have no idea what just happened there. So, yeah. Two fans came out, or not came out, but two fans were like closer to the sidelines, not right on the sidelines, but they were closer, and they were holding, while LJ Cryer was at the free throw line, they were holding up a picture of an old man. I'm not exactly 100% sure what what they were supposed to get out of that, because he made both free throws. So I don't know. 25 seconds left in the game. 5 on Houston leads Arizona State 80-65. Misses off the mark. Houston defensive rebound, and that's gonna be game. 5 on Houston improves to 22-4 overall, 14-1 in conference play. Arizona State now 12-14 overall, 3-12 in conference play, as the 5 ranked Houston Cougars beat the Arizona State Wildcat Sun Devils by a final score of 80-65. Houston's 12th straight road win since last season, their longest active streak in D1. As they take down the Arizona State Sun Devils here with a final score of 80-65. But yeah, folks, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This was episode 79 of the Super Sam Sports Encore podcast. Watch party of both the Baylor Bears watch party of both the Kansas Jayhawks versus BYU Cougars and the Houston Cougars versus Arizona State Sun Devils. Houston won and Kansas won, so we're all happy. My name is Sam. I will, for those who are wanting to see more podcasting, I will see y'all this Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time for more basketball. But if you guys are waiting for some reactions, I will see y'all tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time, and then at 6:30 p.m. Alright? So, I will see y'all tomorrow, 3 p.m. Peace out, guys.